Hello, glad to have you here. Be ready for the next minutes of Real Talk with Rainbow Mosho. Thank you for listening.
Hi everybody, I am Rainbow Mosho, an artist, author, entrepreneur, and more on the autism spectrum, and I have grand news to share with you all. NFT NYC is exposing me and my creativity because of a very special drawing I made as a donation for St. Jude Children's Hospital of sickle cell anemia. And the drawing is part of my art series called Fly. It's about promoting all types of people, no matter how different they can be, as beautiful humanoid butterflies. And I just want to say that it's a very, very, very great honor to sponsor St. Jude Children's Hospital, and because every child deserves to live life and be healthy, no matter what. And I just want to thank NFT NYC and Kiksorish for exposing me. I also want to thank NFT Cred and Christie's Auction House for being involved in this special project. You know, I really want to thank Web3 and so many people for giving me opportunities that my school doesn't and some other people don't. But the best part is that I get to learn, grow, and experience more wonderful stuff as the wonderful human I know I can be. And it's a pleasure always being a part of the wonderful events that you host. Last week, I was a part of a free day workshop with Empower Tennessee in their leadership workshop, and I'm so happy I was a part of that. As a teenager with a diagnosis with many strengths and weaknesses, the leadership workshops were very important for me because I got to learn independence, maturity, and responsibility in so many ways, and how I can communicate with the world and connect with others and learn to accept myself before I can accept others. And also, we are in this together and we're not alone, and it's better being together than apart. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Empower Tennessee, for including me. And I must correct myself in one of the past comments. I am not a weak person. I have challenges, but negativity and challenges do not affect me. Sure, we have to go through challenges sometimes because that's a part of life, and we are not weak. We are strong. I believe in myself, and I want you to believe in me. A couple of days ago, I made a special piece of art celebrating the differences between positivity and negativity. Throughout time, positivity has been seen as trustworthy and comforting, while negativity has only been seen as untrustworthy and something that doesn't give comfort. But sometimes many of the things that we perceive as negative are misunderstood, and being positive is not always easy, but it's a part of us being human, and it's important to express ourselves rather than expressing ourselves in a way that's not who we are. And we should learn to look through the world through the eyes of another and respect others. A couple of days ago, my community experienced a shooting and a 16-year-old boy was critically injured. He was moved to life support, and first responders tried to help him, but he ended others. A couple of days ago, my community experienced a shooting and a 16-year-old boy was critically injured. He was moved to life support, and first responders tried to help him, but he ended up dying. and the shooter is still on the loose and police haven't been able to find him. And what concerns me is how unsafe and dangerous some communities are. And I want community leaders to understand that everybody deserves to feel safe no matter the situation, and it's important that we converse with each other and find ways that'll help us. A couple of days ago, my dad came to visit from Australia for my 16th birthday, and I had such a wonderful time with him, and I got to do so many fun stuff that we don't get to do because he's so far away. And every time he leaves back to Australia, I always feel sad and lonely, and also hoping that one day we'll be closer and we'll never be separated. But the best part is I get to be with someone who cares about me and is one of the two people who brought me into the world. And I just want to say that I love him so much and I can't wait to be with him again. You know, dealing with my emotions, many times I appear to be calm and positive, but suddenly, out of the blue, I can appear to be angry or irritated. And when I feel angry, it feels like my whole brain is on fire while experiencing an earthquake. And so many things are known to bother me. So one of the things is the sound of people chewing, and sometimes I get really irritated, and sometimes I don't feel like I could sit with someone, but I am still searching for ways of how I can make sure I calm myself down and control my emotions, even though it's okay to be angry sometimes. And when I said that my brain feels on fire whenever I get angry, the way how I visualize it is that the whole world is shaking and there's arson everywhere. And it feels like my brain is exploding with anger. That's how I feel.
Greetings, everyone. I am Jadira. I am Rainbow Mosho's mom. And the reason why she makes these recordings, the reason why she is fulfilling her desire to share what she's all about, what she's interested in, what concerns her, what worries her, what spikes her interest, acknowledging a lot of these realities as a teen, going through so many transitions. It is because many times she doesn't have anyone to talk to, and I am making sure that her voice is heard and that she gets to say what she wants to say, what she thinks about life, the world, and what is happening around us, because she has something to say. She has meaning and she has conviction and she is learning as well. So thank you for listening. Thank you for opening your time and appreciating what she provides and her thoughts and ideas, and above all her creativity, which bottom line, the goal here is to make sure that you get to hear about her and about her interests, and understand where the combination of colors comes from, why the shapes, why she pays attention to specific details, and why a lot of her art has to do with what she sees in the world and also what she hopes to see in the world. So thank you again. Thank you for supporting Rainbow Mosho. If you can comment, share. There might be someone out there who wants to see her art and they might be interested. They will become interested in acquiring her art in the many different ways. Thank you so much. Keep in touch, and there will be more Real Talk with Rainbow. Thanks.
And this has been another wonderful moment talking with Rainbow Mosho. And remember, life can be hard, but it's worth living because there's so much beauty in it. Let's keep the conversation real.
Thank you for listening.
Hi everybody, Rainbow Mosho here, and now I'm making a very special drawing about bullying. I'm gonna start off with this little person on the street looking like if they are doing great, but their shadow is gonna depict them being mistreated and abused by society. And it's a very good reflection of how people don't know how to say that they need help and they need someone to help protect them. And some people in today's society aren't caring enough to help people in need who may be getting bullied or abused by anyone. So it's really important to talk about topics like these. Yesterday I heard the heartbreaking news about a young 10-year-old boy, just a decade old, barely living life. He committed suicide on himself after constantly being bullied, and his family contacted his school more than 20 times and they didn't do anything, not even a single piece of shit to help their son. And sadly, he ended his life with suicide, with all the pain and suffering he's been through. And I am sending my deepest condolences to the family. No one has to lose their child due to this trauma. So I really want to help speak out against this unfair injustice by making special arts based off on this. And I want to make a series of different things that are wrong and need to be changed. And I care so much and I really want to help the best way I can. And sometimes the smallest things can turn into the biggest surprises. The reality with bullying is that bullying starts with someone who may have gone through something traumatic and thinks that it's okay to be mean to other people, or maybe they just haven't been taught to respect others and they think bullying is okay. It's important to start conversations like these so that they don't get ignored and thrown in the trash, because when we talk about this and find solutions, we can help end up saving lives. And that's what's needed in our world today. So who's with me to help stop bullying? There have been various moments that I've been bullied throughout my life. When I was younger in elementary, many kids would make fun of my name. My name is Tomais, but they would mispronounce it as Thomas, like if I was a boy, and I felt so small. And sometimes I would get hit, pushed around, or even slapped. And in middle school, I was bullied so much that the teachers were like, I'm sure they didn't mean it. It was an accident. And they did not hold themselves accountable. And in high school, I was mistreated and treated poorly by a bunch of girls who thought they were better than me. And they didn't care about who I was. And every time I would get bullied and mistreated by people around me in society, I would feel so small, like if I didn't belong. And of course, I would have the courage to tell my mom in the end many times, and she teaches me to be strong, seek out for people who will really care for me, and express my needs, no matter what. I'm making a very special drawing about bullying. Some people, when they get bullied, they may say, nothing is wrong, I'm all fine, but their shadow will say of how abused they are based off on what they may have experienced, whether it's in school, with a friend they thought they could trust, or someone else. Anything can happen when someone is vulnerable due to bullying. And that's something I have experienced, and I am still learning to move on from the pain. And with the shadow being attacked by bullies, I'm depicting the bullies as demons because I want to show how bullies can be represented as people who do not take care and consideration if they have been through something bad and they think it's okay, or they haven't been taught to respect others. So it's important to talk about things like this. And I bet you're all wondering, you guys have seen me do spectacular pieces of art before, and I bet you're wondering, why is she doing circles and sticks? Well, I wanted to be like a quick comic, but also getting straight to the point of what could happen, especially during an event like this, such as bullying. And if you are being bullied or have been bullied or know someone who is being bullied, any information and advice to help stop this abuse is very important and helpful, and I'm all ears. Oh, and one more thing. Bullying is never accepted, and bullies must be held accountable for their actions. Hi everybody, I'm back and I have completed my piece from yesterday, and this is a very special piece of art that represents how people can feel when they're being bullied or mistreated, and they'll pretend like everything is fine and they'll say things like, nothing is wrong, I'm all fine, why would I be really afraid and getting abused? No need to worry. And that's also part of the denial of how they feel, and also not wanting people to have concern for them and not to know about what could happen to them. And the person not to know about what could happen to them. And the person's shadow depicts of what's really happening in abuse and bullying, along with demons saying nasty stuff and doing nasty things like punching, hitting, pushing them, and drawing weapons at them. And this is what can happen during bullying. And at the bottom I wrote, it's not fine. And it's important to talk about things like this, even though they are hard to mention. And if you or someone you know is being bullied or abused, contact these numbers. And so many families and parents who have their children being bullied and abused feel helpless, but there are so many people out here in this world who will help. And many times with the victims of this unfair injustice have the responsibility put on them, and it's not fair. And things like this don't deserve to happen. So we need to find ways and better solutions to help end this mess.
History ever since the beginning of humanity, it's always been adults being the heroes, but that's not true. Kids are heroes as well, because we start our journey from the bottom and rise to the top, because when we look back at ourselves when we grow up to be adults, we will remember the free-spirited, innocent child that we used to be, who wanted to make a change even though they were not at a certain age group. And it's important to start off as kids making a dream come true. We gotta work together and understand. And that's why the old generation, I'm talking about the adults, no offense, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's important to listen to kids and respect your kids and their values and how they want to express themselves and who they are and what they're coming from. And it's important that us kids come out of our shells, and we gotta show acceptance, awareness, respect, and support to all types of children, no matter what. That was amazing. And I feel like, you should, for a kid, you should say dedicated to, what you love to do. And I feel like, the support of an adult is, important to guide the kid towards their journey as well. And I feel like, the kids should always stay, you should block away that negative energy, but take in what you should learn from it as well. That's an important thing that I feel like
First is giving me opportunities and inclusion that not even my school is doing for me. And I have been welcomed for so many things. And I just want to say thank you so much for including me at NTMC. Okay, Moon Mars Museum, Rainbow Mosho here in the Museum of Natural History in New York City, and look what I found, a model of the moon, and check it out, right here on number 9, Mare Crisium. I found this spot, and my mom has told me that this is where our art on this spot of the moon is gonna get sent to. We're going down in history, people! Innovation and empowerment in Web3 make it the ideal platform for greater impact, because my school doesn't give me opportunities and inclusion like this. So I'm very happy that places like this do. And I am so happy to do collaborations with Consistency is Carrots, Gift Kids, Foodlets, and Mintangible. And Mintangible has been very helpful. They have been teaching me to have my own copyright. Fun fact with Moon Mars Museum is that we are taking art to the moon. It's not metaphorically, it's literal. We are actually going to the literal moon, and it's so amazing. Even our art will stretch to the farthest reaches of the universe and beyond. So, can any of you guess where my book? Yeah, Amazon. You may have heard of this guy, Genshin Wan, and he sends out a really meaningful message. In order to succeed, we have to go through pain, suffering, and so many impossible challenges, because we cannot go on the easy path. We have to struggle and fail, and it's part of life. And it's important to embrace flaws and turn it into something special.
All right, Rainbow Sword, Artist Village, NFT NYC. Let's see what else comes up. Oh, here. Check it out, Jay.